think my neighbor is scraping a chair across the floor. Did you guys hear that? It just went... One day I'll find a way to completely sonically isolate myself from him so I don't hear his shenanigans ever again. Typical neighbor behavior. Yeah. Your neighbor hates you. He probably does, but on the flip side, I hate him too. Buy a new house. Okay, sure. Let me just roll up to the first house that I find, slap a fat wad of cash that I don't have, and be like, hey, my neighbor's being kind of a jerk. Are you willing to sell? Mutual hatred. Step 1, get rich. Step 2, move. I mean, just get rich, forehead. You shouldn't hate on people in real life. That's different from fiction. Yeah, I hate my neighbor. See, I'm talking about like just blindly hating on somebody without knowing too much about them. I know that he's a jerk. He has said rude things to me. He has been loud at ungodly hours, and he just never cares about anything other than himself and will make noise at whenever time it pleases him. That's enough for me to think that he's kind of a jerk. You've interacted? Yeah. Typical Swedish social interaction in Swedish neighbor. Yeah. Are the walls thin? They're not thin. Swedish apartments don't really have thin walls, but it's enough for me to hear him. He was rude to you? Yeah. Yeah, he was. He was a jerk, but I haven't seen him since. That's actually the reason that I got my booth to begin with. I actually ordered my booth before I started streaming, mainly because just I want to give him zero reason to like give me any crap again, and I wanted to hear him less. Have you discussed the noise problems with your neighbor? No, because that is not the Swedish way. We hold contempt in silence for our neighbors. That's what we do. Swedes don't really talk to others. Scandinavia, yeah, that's how we do things. Swedish, communication is not key. I mean, it is, we just don't do it. Only 2 things in this life are for certain, death and taxes. That's how it goes. Swedish tax is hell. Yeah, that it is. Especially if you're self-employed. Good lord. Doesn't matter if you don't make a whole lot. If you're self-employed, Swedish tax will make sure that you suffer for it. What's that? You make about minimum wage doing your own thing? Well, we're gonna tax you more than we would if you had a regular job. Why though? I don't know. I think it's because Sweden has this sort of mentality of if something good happens to you, then everybody should be able to reap the benefits of it. Which on paper is nice, but the thing is you don't have control about what that money is being used for. That's just people in the government. It's just like, oh, thank you very much for giving us a ton of your money. We're gonna put this towards what we feel like, not what you want. But that's just how it is over here. Not much you can do about it. You just gotta deal with it. Swedish high school pay us to study, right? Yeah, there are a few things that is good about it. Like for example, that we get paid to go to school. That's something good that comes out of it. Healthcare also isn't entirely ridiculously expensive. Like, it's not free, but basically free. But other countries that don't have as ridiculous taxes also have free healthcare. And it's also one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's free, but you get what you pay for. It's free, but instead you gotta deal with lines that are... and wait times that are ridiculous. Sounds like Canada. In a lot of ways, I guess it is. But I feel like Canada has their stuff figured out a little bit more. Because I don't think Canada has as bad taxes as Sweden does. So Pewds moved to Japan? No, he moved to the UK first, and then he moved to Japan. I understand why PewDiePie moved out of Sweden, because if he didn't, then, oh my god, he would not be where he is today. Financially, I can promise you that much. Is Sweden a good country to study and live? If you're studying, yes. We have some very prestigious schools in around Gothenburg and Stockholm, so yes. It's one of those places where I say, like, sure, visit, maybe don't live here. I can see why rich people would hate Sweden. There are rich people here, but, like, they do some very underhanded things to stay rich. And I have too much of a moral compass to do that. I wouldn't even know how to. Plus, I would be too afraid of getting busted. Are you rich? My dude, I live in a one-room apartment and I live off of fast food. What do you think? Hey, fast food is a choice. You're not incorrect. I'm just lazy. Metal voice. Tax evasion! Nah. I can stay here. The rent isn't too bad. I am in debt, sure, but... but that's how it is in Sweden. Nobody really rents over here. People just take out really big loans and then pay less in rent and then slowly pay it off over the course of maybe 10, 20, 30 years. That's how most of the economy moves around here. Just loans. Loans upon loans. Are one-room apartments cheap there? Nope. They are not. You take out a loan, go into debt, and you'd live there in debt. Has anyone from NIJISANJI EN visited you before? Nope. Nobody has. I don't blame them. I don't really see why anybody would want to go to Sweden. So your choice is to buy the apartment? Yeah, that's basically your only choice. If you make enough money to, like, rent, then great for you. That's not me. Why is Sweden on Earth again? I don't know, because some Vikings said so.
やる気が出ない、やる気が出ない、布団から出られない。